When I was a child, my parents would take me up to Buellton to visit the Andersons Animal Park, which was right along the Highway 101, and they had bears and mountain lions. In fact, they had the Mercury Cougar mountain lion. And also, I was inspired as a child watching the movie Born Free. George and Joy Adamson raising a lioness named Elsa in Kenya, Africa, was another huge inspiration in my life. This little fellow's story, he was found up on Figueroa Mountain by a hiker, and the hiker saw him lying on the ground. So the hiker picked up the little chipmunk, put it in the sun, and continued on with her hike. She came back an hour later to check on the chipmunk, and he was just about listless. And he came to me, he was this big, the size of my fingertip, with his tail missing, a portion of his tail missing, and the bone sticking out. And he lost a digit on his back foot. And he's been living here for 2 months now. And as you can see, Alvin and I are very bonded. He's very, very imprinted, so he will become an education animal. ART was incepted July of '07 by Dr. Michael Behrman and myself. And after devoting 20 years with the Santa Barbara Wildlife Care Network and running a satellite facility here in San Ynez for the past 8 years and raising all the orphan fawns from the state of California, Dr. Behrman and I decided it was time that San Ynez Valley had its own nonprofit org, and we are now the only permitted wildlife facility from Santa Barbara to San Luis Obispo. Now our goal is to raise money and awareness so we can continue expanding and building more enclosures, and hopefully by next year we can apply for permits to work with the mountain lions and the California black bears as well. This is little Nala, and Nala came here a couple months ago. I'm assuming an orphaned bobcat kitten, and we are now grooming her for return to the wild. She's the perfect candidate for release. Our main goal with Animal Rescue Team is to rescue, rehabilitate, and release any injured and orphaned wildlife that comes our way. This is little Foxy Roxy. She was found wandering in the streets of Santa Maria and brought to the county shelter. And the county shelters, as we all know, are at full capacity right now because of the housing market. And unfortunately, this little dog was put on the euthanasia table, and her arms were shaven in search of a good vein to start the process of euthanasia, and the technician could not follow through with it, and this one's staying here with Animal Rescue Team.
Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, you're not the only one.
This is a Newsweek story that came out last year of the Congo's gorillas, and it's stuff like this, it's stories like this that inspire me, that drive me, that make me want to cry. But we can only do so much. And if I could save all the animals of the world, I would. But we're putting a small dent into it just here in California, here in Santa Barbara County. These are just a couple of does in rehab right now. One of them has a neck injury, and we believe the other one is partially blind. They were found by local citizens up here in the valley, orphaned or injured or both.
Don't give up, 'cause you have friends.
Being the recipient of the Holiday Fund this year is one of the greatest honors yet. And I was pinching myself after I received the phone call from Arthur von Wiesenberger from the news press, and got goosebumps, began crying. Then I thought it was a prank phone call. It was just so surreal. And we are so grateful, and all these animals will be too. It's okay, it's okay.